Episode 418 of Fine Music, we turn to our youngest member, Spencer, for some picks.
Alrighty then. I actually discovered 9 new songs last week, but I figured that'd be overkill, so I'm gonna just select my favorites. Um, one of them was Big Time Nothing by Saint Vincent. Real name of the performer is Annie Clark. She's an interesting performer. I'd liken her to kind of a 21st century version of Bjork. She definitely has that sort of eclectic, you never know what she's going to do kind of thing. Earlier this year, she came out with a song called Broken Man. I was surprised how Nine Inch Nailsy it sounded. Like, St. Vincent does a lot of electronic-based stuff, but not a lot of stuff that's that heavy. Big Time Nothing, not as big on the heavy factor, at least not instrumentally. It sort of sounds like a Prince song if the lyrics were delivered by like some kind of monotone robot thing. And lyrically, I think it's pretty interesting too. It seems to tell a perspective of how St. Vincent seems to view herself as kind of a nothing, like among people that she knows. She certainly isn't a nothing to me. She is a big time something. She does things that no musician can do. I think she is a very singular talent. But it's interesting to get that point of view from St. Vincent herself. At least that's what I think she's saying about herself. Lyrically, she's mysterious too, but that's part of her charm. And speaking of mysterious people, Death Valley High is my next song by OROVILLE PECK featuring the one and only Beck. Whom my dad and I got to see back in 2018 in October, and I believe St. Vincent was the person who was the special guest on that tour, as if by coincidence.
What's the name of the band?
The band that was with Beck, you mean?
Death Valley High. Death Valley High.
Oh yeah, OROVILLE PECK. Like Orville Redenbacher, Orville, and then peck, like, you know, a bird pecking.
Got it.
And so this one was pretty interesting. I don't know OROVILLE PECK that well, but I certainly know Beck. I have since I was little. And I continue to be fascinated by his work to this very day. I feel like this is really more of a Beck song than it is an OROVILLE PECK song. I don't know for sure, because like I said, I don't really know OROVILLE PECK's material. But this song is like new wave, flamenco, techno, hip hop, jazz, and rock wrapped up to a single musical gumbo.
Oh, perfect, Beck.
Indeed, it is. That's what I'd expect from him.
What a talented guy.
Definitely he is. And the song and the video were both about Las Vegas. A place that I've only been to once in my life so far, but it was pretty cool. I saw Penn and Teller there.
Oh, nice.
That was pretty cool.
Me too. What year did you go?
2019, October.
I think that's when I went, but it was August. Never mind.
Oh, okay. Oh, it was August, because I was like, maybe we could have ran into each other, but not even known it. That does happen sometimes. All right, so the remaining songs I have, let's see. There's 3 more songs I wanted to share in one group. Third one is Like I Say, I Run Away. The I Run Away part is in parentheses, by a performer whose name I can't pronounce. It is spelled Nilufer. And then the last name is probably Yanya, Yanya. I don't know how to pronounce her first name. I think it's Nilufer or Nilufer. Anyway, this song is about as eclectic and original as her name is. It's a song that kind of has these sort of transcendental Eastern vibes in the verses, but then it gets almost kind of grungy during the choruses. I have never heard a song like this, but I love being able to discover this original, fresh-sounding material in the 2020s, which has not been a bad decade for music, but it does pale in comparison to a lot of the previous ones, including the 2010s. There's some great stuff in the 2010s. The other 2 songs I wanted to share, one of them is a cover. Save It for Later, the English Beat originally did this. Eddie Vedder covered it. It's an interesting cover because the original Save It for Later by the English Beat was more upbeat and it was kind of cheeky. The title is actually innuendo. I'm not going to delve any deeper as to what the title means. Figure that out for yourselves. But it was kind of innuendo. So there's some kind of tongue-in-cheek humor in the song. I feel like Eddie sort of makes the song a bit more serious, like almost like a cautionary tale about sex. That's kind of what it seems like he's making it about. And the reason that I think this is because the tone of the song is more somber. It's acoustic. There's no drums, there's no upbeat, happy stuff in this song the way there is in the English Beat version.
Uh-huh.
The one thing that makes it stick out, just like the original version, it does have a sax, but it doesn't come in until midway through. And last but almost not least, there was a group I was going to share too. In terms of songs, last but not least, Teenage Summer by Crowded House. The same Crowded House who sings Don't Dream It's Over. They are still active. And I feel like Don't Dream It's Over is kind of a fluke hit for them. I love the song, but it sounds kind of 80s-ish in comparison to like the rather 60s and early 70s vibes of a lot of their other songs. And Teenage Summer sort of continues in the direction that most of Crowded House has. It has a sound that is reminiscent of a lot of the B bands, the Beatles, the Byrds, the Beach Boys. Kind of seems a lot like that. And of course, Crowded House are not teenage, they're far from it. But I feel like the sentiment of the song is very much like something you might hear from like the Beatles or the Beach Boys. Are we going to have a teenage summer? Is the chorus of the song. I don't exactly know what Neil or Tim Finn means by this. I get the singers confused with one another. I don't really know what they mean by this, but it's a very neat kind of song. And I am a sucker for folk rock harmonies. And if you're a fan of that kind of stuff, you'd love this song. And as promised, the group I was going to share. I know some of you guys do that. You'll share like groups or albums instead of songs. This is not an album, but it is a group that I discovered, Counterfeit Crows. They're a Counting Crows tribute band. I discovered them on YouTube, I don't even know how, just kind of stumbled upon it. But I thought they were pretty cool. What I like about them is that they're sort of able to capture like the lead guy's vocals sound remarkably like Adam Duritz, and the instrumentation, I feel like you can tell, like if you really listen to these songs, that they really like studied a lot of Counting Crows material. They don't sound like just some hokey bar band. They actually sound like they're trying to do the material as authentically as they can. And on two of the songs, they even have an accordion player, just like how they had in the original Omaha and A Long December. Both of them had accordion players. I just think it's pretty remarkable how much they try to emulate the sound of the band. And I guess that's about it for my little portion. Any thoughts?
So several years ago, probably about 8 by now, St. Vincent recorded an album with David Byrne
I love that one.
with a lot of brass on it.
Oh yeah, that's right. The lead single, Who, that one had a lot of brass.
Yeah, it's like they went down to New Orleans and got a second line band to back them up or something. It's pretty
Is that music for As the Knee Plays? Is that As the Knee Plays or something like that?
Oh, the name of the album?
Yeah, what's the name of the album?
it's the name.
No, I don't think that's the name of the album.
Okay, because he did David Byrne did another brass thing. It
Love
sounds
This
like
Giant.
he
It's
would-
called Love This Giant.
Yeah, right. Love This Giant.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Thanks. I'll write it down. You guys come up with some good stuff.
And if you could please give me a message naming all those bands, it would help this old guy out.
Of course.
'Cause I've been scrambling. Yeah. Thank you so
All
much.
right, I will.
For
I'll
keeping us
do
young.
that. Sorry for the overload. I did say I wouldn't do all 9, but I guess I did do quite a bit.
No problem. No
Don't worry.